Finally, this evening, the South African Rand weakened today as coalition budget disagreements continues despite Finance Minister Enoch Godongwana's reduced VAT hike proposal. The revised budget delivered today suggests a 0.5 percentage point VAT increase this year and next, down from an earlier 2-point proposal. Meanwhile, the Democratic Alliance, the coalition's second largest party, opposes the budget, jeopardizing the coalition's stability. Additionally, the rand traded at 18.42 against the dollar, down over 1.1% from Tuesday. Stock market analyst Mashima Gama shares insight on the budget's market impact.
The budget speech has finally been delivered and the cat is out the bag. The infamous VAT debacle has resulted in our finance minister increasing VAT by 1% instead of 2% to 16% this year into 2026-2027. Now, the idea is to do it in increments. So it'll be a 0.5% increase in the 2025 financial year, and then an additional 0.5% increase in 2026-2027 financial year, which then totals to the 1% VAT increase. What government is hoping to raise from this is 13.5 billion, which is way less than the 60 billion that they had intended to raise if they had implemented the 2% VAT hike. With no inflation adjustments on personal income tax brackets, rebates and medical tax credits, government is expected to raise an additional and total of 42.5 billion in 2025-2026, which is still a bit less than what they had intended to raise. They wanted to raise 58 billion if that 2% was taken into consideration. Our finance minister has been emphasizing his ambition to provide relief to low-income households. So the VAT will not be implemented on essential goods, but will be applied on fuel levy. Now, how will this affect inflation? In fourth quarter last year, headline inflation declined drastically to 2.9%, which then averaged inflation for the year to 4.4%. Economists are forecasting that with this VAT increase, our inflation for 2026 will then average 4.6%, which is still in line with what the Reserve Bank would like to keep inflation, which is between 3 and 6%. With this hike, government wants to focus on growing the economy, stabilizing public finances and supporting the low-income and vulnerable group. Treasury expects that, with this hike, that GDP would then grow by 1.9% in 2026 rather. How did the market react to this? Rand weakened slightly from 18.19 to 18.48, but it's still within that strengthening path that it's in. The other markets, particularly the top 40 or the Satrix 40, didn't react much to this, so I'm not too sure if it's a delayed reaction, but it will be quite important to see how the markets perform for the next few days. If our equity markets just start to move back upwards, it would then mean that investors and traders just find this piece of information about VAT as water off a duck's back.